Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bunch of Nuts. This is Dan here at Cass. We got Big Ten Media Days. We got our Big Ten preview. We got the Creed recap. We got a show for you today, fam. It's gonna be a good show. Cass, which way you want to take? You want to do media days or start our Big Ten preview? I'll let you kind of dictate the pace of this.
Let's do Big Ten Media Day because it is in the now. Just a little bit ago today, Derek Moore of that team up north uh, said, and I quote, "It ain't a real win if you ain't beat us." Talking
Yeah,
about the national championship. So
yeah. The official quote is first I'll congratulate them on the win, but it's not a real win if y'all ain't beat us. Moore, he played in the game this year against Ohio State. He had
he's the one with the flag too.
Yeah, he was part of the flag planning. Played 39 snaps and had one pass breakup. But yeah, he was notable for the flag plant. So that was today. Today was Michigan's time to talk. Um, they're running their mouths right now.
Let
Uh,
them. They have
oh,
every right to.
yeah, Ohio State, they went on, it was Tuesday, I believe, right? Tuesday.
Yeah,
And I liked a lot. Ryan Day obviously was hilarious that he had to swipe in Sonny, Caleb, and Jeremiah because they weren't 21 for the hotel. Like he had to check them all in, which is pretty funny. But I mean, I liked what I had to see from them at Media Day. A lot
yeah,
of good quotes, especially from Coach Day. Dave Biddle reported this. It was basically Ryan Day. Basically, the quote is, we're not defending the national championship, we're attacking. So we're not the defending national champs, we're the attacking national champs.
yeah. I like that quote too, and I like that he completely shut down all the quarterback rumors. Basically, he knew right off the get go that he was going to get the quarterback talk as well, and he completely shut it down by basically saying, "We're in a full go quarterback battle with Lincoln Keenholz, and this is coming off the back to back home run derby championship at the Cardell Jones softball game with Lincoln Keenholz. Jeremiah Smith came out, and I'm kind of shifting this to the quarterbacks a little bit, but we're going to talk about Lincoln Keenholz first. Jeremiah Smith said he's a dog. All the other non-football things that they went at, him and Lincoln were going neck and neck. You love to hear that.
It's
Um,
funny. It's funny because everyone right now is saying Berm is like a Lincoln Keenholz Glazer, like how Zach Smith was with Devin Brown. But I'm kind of with Berm on this. I am also on Team Lincoln. I know everyone likes Julian, and I know he's going to end up being starter, and he's going to play great. But I personally think Lincoln is the better player for this team.
it
But
just, but the thing is we don't know what offense it's going to be. Is
yeah,
it the Ryan Day offense with C.J. Stroud gunslinging, slings ablazing? Yeah, we got solid running backs, but you got to look at that wide receiver and tight end room. If it is guns and blazing, yes, I think Lincoln Keenholz can get the job done. However, you want Julian saying throwing the rock.
yeah,
However, if it's Chip Kelly's offense,
it's
give
Lincoln
me
all day.
Lincoln Keenholz. He's
Yeah,
bigger.
Lincoln all day.
Like he's bigger. He'll be just like Will Howard, if not more, a little bit more athletic. It's going to be fun to see, I think. But the thing is you can't ride this out. You have to make a decision quick because we have probably the number one team in the country coming in week one in Texas.
I mean, I'll say this about Ryan Day. His offenses, whenever he has had a mobile quarterback, like Justin Fields, obviously, and he's healthy, thank God. That it's the toe. That, by the way, that was the scariest news to wake up this morning. Like Justin Fields card off, and it's just a toe. Thank God. I'm glad he's all right. I was about to freak out on the Jets, but anytime Ryan Day has a mobile quarterback like Justin Fields, Will Howard, he's done better. I feel like as like the team has always been a much better team.
But
Stroud might be a better quarterback than both of them, but uh
but Stroud could have been a runner, but didn't want to run.
do you think though now Ryan Day might realize like that's the key to succeeding in the Big Ten? You need a running quarterback. I think
Well,
Urban realized that
in
outside of
reality, Will Howard ran when he needed to. He
yes.
still threw the ball a lot more. Shout out to Forever Game Day, by the way, my
Yeah.
shirt here.
Absolutely.
But you know, it's going to be interesting because I think both quarterbacks are ballers. I think both quarterbacks can get us back to the playoffs, can win us a Big Ten championship. I think both quarterbacks can go into Ann Arbor and beat Michigan. Um, it just depends where the direction of the offense wants to go. However, they're going to say, get it to number 4, get it to number 4, get it to number 4, which Paul Feinbaum said he's the best player in the country, which Paul Feinbaum, that's the most positive thing he's ever said about Ohio State in the
Yeah.
last 3 weeks. So,
I mean, get it to number 4, get it to number 1, get it to Max Clare,
17.
get it to 17, get it to 5, get it to Milan. You can get it to a lot
Get
of
it to
people.
13.
Just need to
Rodgers.
get them the ball, honestly.
And I think this, like, if you look at this team this year, it kind of reminds you of CJ Stroud's second season when it comes
Yeah,
to the offensive line with
yeah,
Paris Johnson and all that.
yeah.
I think this year's offensive line is going to be better than that year. Um, However, it
Deeper as
depends
a
what
unit.
Keenan Bailey, Ryan Hartline, and Ryan Day are going to trot out there.
I mean, I'm pretty confident in the depth of the team for the most part. The only thing that really worries me is just interior defensive line.
Which we've been hearing good
I
things.
think quarterback, the room is super deep. It's one of the deepest rooms we've had. It's deeper than years past, man.
Yeah. I
I,
mean, Kenyatta Jackson's getting a lot of praise right now, becoming that leader in the defensive line, which he's finally getting his time.
Caden Curry will be a stud. I'm not worried about
Bo
him.
Atkinson.
I'm just really like, can CJ Hicks, take a step? Do we have, will Edric Houston and
I
the
think with
defensive tackle?
Matt Patricia's defense, we're gonna have one big guy, Edric Houston, circle him, that's gonna try to plug the middle. Him and
Caden McDonald.
Katie McDonald.
Can't forget Caden McDonald, obviously.
Will Smith Jr., we've been hearing a lot of good things about him. Tywone Malone, we've been hearing a lot of good. It's we have depth at defensive tackle. It's unproven depth. I think you're good. I think there's going to be a lot of scenarios where you're going to see Caden Curry, Bo Atkinson, and Kenyatta Jackson on the field at the same time
I mean, Sonny
with
Styles,
CJ Hicks and Sonny Styles and
Styles is
Arvell
giving
Reese.
praise to a lot of guys. He was giving praise to Kenyatta Jackson. He thinks he's going to be like a first round pick potentially. I could definitely see it. Kenyatta has a really good he has a really good motor, pretty good first step. Especially if you watch him against Texas, he got held so many times. He had a great game against Texas, I thought. Kenyatta though is going to be a really good player. And he also said, what was his name? On deep, I just said his name, the defensive tackle. Why am I?
Kaden McDonald.
Caden McDonald. Yeah, Caden McDonald's going to be a stud too, dude. Those are two dudes that obviously have to replace. Um, Basically the entire defensive line. And if those two guys are turning heads already, that's huge for this team. Huge.
Yeah, I agree. Again, unproven depth at the defensive line. Bo Atkinson, I mentioned him. He was a stud at North Carolina. I think he's going to be huge. I wouldn't be shocked if Atkinson, Kenyatta Jackson, CJ Hicks, and Caden Curry are all on the field, and Caden McDonald / Edric Houston are all on the field at the same time with Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles. I think you're going to see Matt Patricia dial it. I think, like we were talking at the Creed concert, all four of
Yeah.
us, we're going to see New England Patriots Matt Patricia rather than Detroit Lions Matt
Oh,
Patricia.
100%. 100%.
So I didn't really gather much information about the players. They were just talking about their teammates. It does sound like it's a battle between Kenyatta Jackson and Sonny Styles for the Block O. I wouldn't be mad if either one of those guys got it, but I think it's Sonny's. But we also been hearing Kenyatta Jackson. So
I think it'll be Sonny. I think it's
yeah.
a pretty obvious Sonny.
And of course he talked up his brother too, Lorenzo.
Maybe Caden Curry in there. I think Caden could also be because Caden's such he's like a special teams guy too. I know he's gonna be a star this year, but like what he was such a monster and such a great effort guy in special teams. You know, he's out there on kickoff return blocking. He's out there on punt return blocking. He's blocking punts. You know, he's a special teams monster. I feel like Blocko could definitely look good on him. Um, Also, Kurt Signetti was kind of running his mouth a little bit at Big Ten Media Days. Not running his mouth, but just kind of getting into it with the SEC. He just said is between the 8 and 9 game schedules, Kurt Signetti said
Jed Fish said the same thing too,
it's just not
basically.
the same. And it was interesting because Connor Stallions actually tweeted uh, something similar, basically a breakdown of just Big Ten versus SEC, the scheduling differences, and I'm a proponent for just Big Ten SEC challenge
Here I like
in the
it,
first
but
couple weeks of the season.
here I like it, but here's what you got to do. You can't play one versus one. Like the big, and here's why I say you can play it, but here's what if you did that, Greg Sankey and Tony Petit is not going to let that happen. It's going to be okay. Say there's, and you don't even have to do all. What is there? We got 18 teams, and they got 14, something like that, or 16.
Be 10. Give
You
us
do
10.
10. You do the top 10, but you do 10 versus one, 9 versus two. Like
I
you're not
like that. Yeah. I know.
like
I
you,
think that's a
and that's the
phenomenal
way
idea.
they would do it anyways. But guess what? Tony Petiti and Greg Sankey ain't going to do that shit. Um, and it's not that we're not going to win. I like what Jed Fish says. Jed Fish says maybe the Big Ten or something. I think one of the coaches that said maybe the Big Ten should go to 8 conference games so we can play an FCS game in November.
Or we all just play the FCS team and we all just we use that as a data point. So we'll just save the Citadel for like the last 2 weeks in November before rivalry week. We'll just a Big Ten team will play the Citadel and an SEC team will play the Citadel. And then whoever does better, then we know which conference is better. I guess we could do that way. I don't know. There's ways we could do
Poor
this.
Citadel,
Or Chattanooga or
Tennessee Tech, Murray State,
Middle Tennessee, like Belmont,
Middle
or
Tennessee is a Sun Belt team.
whatever.
All right, let's break down the Big Ten.
All right, but yeah, Big Ten. This is how we kind of see it playing out. The standings. We obviously did the Big 12 Group of Five. Last week was the SEC, ACC. Now it's the Big Ten. Next week, our brother Blake is coming on, doing everything, uh, giving the playoff predictions. It's gonna be a great show. One of my favorite shows of the year. But our Big Ten preview, Cass. Um, do you even care about the bottom two? Like everyone and their mother has it's Purdue Northwestern, right?
I
Do
have
you have
Maryland.
you have Maryland bottom?
Yeah, I have Purdue, Maryland, Northwestern. Any of those three, flip a coin. They're going to be the last.
I think
I think Purdue is going to be the last place team, though.
I have Purdue as the last place team. I have Northwestern slightly above them by like a game. I think it's really going to come down to the difference in both teams is going to be Devin Mockabee versus Cam Porter, the running backs. I think that's literally going to be the difference maker in this one. Whoever finishes last, I like Cam Porter a little more than Devin Mockabee, so that's why I put Northwestern higher. We got I have Maryland, third to last. What is that? 15th or 16th?
16th.
16th, yeah, the 18 teams.
Yeah, I have
Uh,
Northwestern and Maryland with the same record at 4-8. Purdue with 3-9.
Nothing. They're too young. Like Maryland, they're starting, I believe, a true freshman
Mike
quarter.
Loxley's going to get fired after this year.
And their schedule is just, I don't know. They play Florida Atlantic, Northern Illinois, Towson, 3 straight wins. It looks good on paper. You hit Wisconsin, then Washington, Nebraska, loss. UCLA might be probably a win, I'm thinking.
I have
That's
UCLA at 15 at 5-7. So
They play Indiana, then Rutgers, Illinois, Michigan State. Realistically, out of those games, they could probably win UCLA, Rutgers, or Michigan State.
yeah.
In addition to the first 3 games.
Well, and that's the thing. Between 11 and 15, they're all 6-6 and 5-7. I've won 5-17. That's UCLA. I have them at 15. But 11 through 14, they're all 6-6. Minnesota, Michigan State, Wisconsin, and Rutgers. Wisconsin has a gauntlet, and if they win 6 games, that's a win for Luke Fickle and his team. Um, but yeah, right there, like in that mix, Wisconsin could also be 3-9, 4-8 with their schedule. But I have them 6-6. I do think they're a little bit better. I think Michigan State's a little bit better too. Minnesota, I think they're being a little overhyped. And it's one of those years where they're going to lose some games.
Wisconsin is interesting to me because they have Billy Edwards Jr., who he's an intriguing player. He can definitely run the ball as a quarterback, and then they add Jaden Ballard, wide receiver one for them. But like maybe this is the year, like maybe he goes off and has the Jameson Williams type of year for them. Um, Wisconsin, I agree with you. They could be 3-9. They can also be somehow like 8-4. They are the biggest wild card factor for me. I don't have them rated low. In my net, like so I just did 16th, my 15th team. I have UCLA. I just think they're going to be an absolute dumpster fire. Nico going there.
Nico's going to win them games that they're not supposed. Like
It's
he's
going to
going to
be
win them some games.
funny watching Nico, and he's going to put up numbers, but they're not going to be a good team.
Be hilarious if somehow they get 6-6 and end up going across country to play in the Pinstripe Bowl.
It would be very funny. Um, After that, I have Minnesota.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think they're overhyped.
I agree. I don't see the hype at all. So I got Minnesota, and then so this is I believe 14, right? Um,
So basically, you said Wisconsin
I'm gonna put well at 14. Then I'm gonna put Michigan State.
at 13.
No, I'm gonna put Rutgers. Sorry, Rutgers.
So basically 11, 12, 13, 14, we have the same teams. There's
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put Rutgers because they don't have a quarterback
I
still.
have them 14th. I have them
But
six and
like
six.
they'll probably go to a bowl game. They'll probably go
Yeah,
six.
they're 6-6. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I have Rutgers, and then I have in because ESPN projects Minnesota to finish, I think 10th in the conference. I have Michigan State finishing 10th. Um, I think they make a jump a little bit. I think they go seven, potentially 7-5. Um, I think Childs cleans it up. I think Smith just needed a year to get his guys in and kind of get they were good. They were good in the first half of the season. Then they just fell off. And they're if they just clean some things up, they're going to be decent. They're going to be a good team.
Yeah. So 10, 9, and 8. I have three teams at 7-5. Two of them, one of them is always 7-5. The other two, one is going to take a step up, and the other one's going to take a step down. I have Iowa at 7-5, finishing 10th. I have Indiana finishing 9th at 7-5, which is my step down team, and I have Nebraska, who's is kind of like a step up. I almost put them 8-4, but I have them 7-5. That's my 8, 9, and 10 teams.
So then, yeah, I have my next team. I have Iowa. I've lost count. I think I'm on 9 or 10. I have Iowa. I have Iowa at 9 or 10. They'll play great. It's the same. The problem is, I think
The same team every year.
the wheel, but the problem is that they're not good offensively, and they lost Luke Lachey, they lost Caleb Johnson. I see the wheels coming off for Kirk Ferentz. I don't see this lasting much
You've been
longer.
saying that for a long time.
I know. I then have I believe this is 9. I have Wisconsin, probably 7-5, I would say, 8-4 maybe if things bounce their way. Definitely going to a bowl game. Will be fun. Will be interesting. Dead of the pack though. But like could upset a team. Um and then this is 8, I believe, right? I'm on 8.
Mm-hmm.
I have Washington. I really like what Jed Fish is doing.
I have
And
Washington at 7 at 8-4.
yeah, no, I have them at 8, I believe.
Yeah, I have them at 7 for me. And then 6, I have Michigan. 5, I have USC. Those are my 9-3 teams. I think Michigan's going to lose to Ohio State this year. I say. I mean, I know that I say that every year, but I think they're gonna. I think we're finally gonna get it done up there in Ann Arbor. I also think they're gonna lose to Oklahoma, and I think they're gonna lose to. I have to look at their schedule. I think I might have Nebraska upsetting them because I think that's one of the games that Sharon Moore's suspended.
Possibly.
Yeah, I have them. Oh no, I have them. You losing to USC because I have USC finishing because they go to USC. I have USC finishing 9-3. And with USC, I think they're going to be a little bit better than what they were last year. I think they're going to be 9-3. They're going to beat Georgia Southern. They're going to beat the brakes off of Purdue. They'll beat Michigan State. They'll lose to Illinois. They'll beat Michigan though. They'll lose to Notre Dame.
Not
They'll
conference though.
they'll beat Nebraska. They'll beat Northwestern. They'll beat Iowa. They'll lose to Oregon. So there's are three losses: Oregon,
Notre
uh,
Dame.
Notre Dame, and that's four losses. No, yeah, Notre Dame, yeah, Notre Dame, and so Notre Dame, Illinois, and Oregon.
Okay.
So those are their three losses.
My next team, I don't even know what number I'm on, bro. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm chronologic. Cass is numeric. I'm just chronologic. The next team I have, I think it's seven. I think it's 7 or 8. I do apologize to everyone. This is the one list I did not write down because it's the Big Ten. I know it by heart. Like the SEC and ACC and the Big 12. Like we prepped, and this I'm just like we ball. It's the Big Ten. I'm not writing a list. I'm done with the list. Um, my next team, I had Indiana. I'm just not a believer in them this year. They're gonna take us. They'll be good, but they're gonna take a step back. They lost a lot of talent. I think this is 7. I have USC, and I agree with everything you said, Cass. Everything you said. My number 6 team is gonna be the Cornhuskers of Nebraska.
Yeah, I like Nebraska.
I
It's just they got a
are
tough schedule.
are they overhyped?
No,
Possibly. Is Matt Rule a great coach? Yes. Is Raiola a great quarterback? Most likely. They just needed to get the skill guys and kind of just build the roster a little bit.
yeah. I'm looking at Oregon's schedule. Hold on, because I have Oregon. So at 5, I have Illinois at 10-2. I think they lose. I think they're going to beat. I've been saying this, and I know a lot of people. I think I said this to you guys over the weekend. I have Illinois beating Ohio State on the road. I think that is our lone loss.
That has become such a trendy like take by
Yeah.
everyone.
So I have them beating. I have them. I have them 10-2 as well. But I'm trying to figure out where their losses are. I have USC. Actually, I'm going to switch my pick. I have USC losing to Oregon, Notre Dame, and I think Michigan. I'll switch that because I have Illinois losing to USC. I have Washington because think about it. They're going to beat Ohio State, and then the very next week they're going to be hyped, and they're going to go out to Seattle, and Seattle's going to and Washington's going to beat them.
Okay.
So
I
I have them losing to USC and Washington, but somehow they beat Ohio State.
I have on this, where is it? I have Michigan as my 5th team, which that's a pretty good year, honestly. They finished 5th with Underwood, I'm not gonna lie. But they won't make the playoff. I have my 4th team, Oregon. And my reasoning is they obviously lost a ton of talent. We don't know what Dante Moore is. Evan Stewart out for the year. That's a huge loss. It's not like you have a new quarterback without his number one weapon, and you lost all your other
Do
weapons.
you have them 9-3
Well, I don't.
or 10-2?
I just see this
Have you seen
schedule
their
is so
schedule?
tough. It's like Oklahoma State, Oregon State, like those are tough non-conference games. But then like they go to Happy Valley. They
Loss.
they play Indiana at home. That could be a tough game. I'm not high in Indiana, but like Signetti's gonna have them ready to play.
I have them losing to Penn State and Washington.
I see Penn State, potentially Washington, and then USC.
Yeah, I have them losing to Penn State and Washington. Um,
I mean, it could happen, man.
but I was
It's
looking at Washington. Washington's going to be one of those teams. Okay, they're going to lose to Ohio State. Um, I mean, even though I've already said Washington, let me look at their schedule here. I'm sorry.
you're good.
Um,
My number three team, can I say it?
Mine's Oregon.
I have number three, Illinois.
Okay.
I think Illinois has a good year, very good year. I know they're overhyped. Everyone's really hyping them, and everyone's like, "Oh, come!" But they got the cupcake schedule. That's key. They got that cupcake schedule outside Ohio State, which they get at home.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to pull up Washington's schedule. Their website's so weird.
It's all good.
Because I think they're going to beat Oregon the final week of the year.
I can see it. I can
Uh,
absolutely see
Not
it.
the Commanders, which, by the way, they haven't signed Terry McLaurin. I think here's a tricky one, Dan. I think they're going to get beat by Washington State because they're going to be overlooking Washington State, knowing that they play the Buckeyes next week. So I think they lose.
Washington, yeah, I can see that.
I think they lose back-to-back games to Ohio State and Washington State.
Well,
They'll lose to Michigan and they'll
and
lose
that's
to Illinois. That's
and,
their four losses.
and I'm kind of alluding to the same point with Oregon because the week they play before they play Penn State, they play Oregon State. And Oregon State, you know, that's a rivalry game, and that's a
Mm-hmm.
huge, after basically they got ditched in the Pac-12 by Oregon. Oregon State, I'm not saying Oregon State's a world beater this year, but they're gonna play so motivated and like angry, I think. That's not a gimme. And I know that's not a conference game, but it's definitely that's a tough game. Oklahoma State's no gimme too. This could be one of those years where like Oklahoma State just goes 10-2. Like Mike Gundy is the most random coach ever. Oklahoma State could just catch fire like they sometimes do and run Oregon off the field for
Yep.
for no reason. So I'm not saying I don't know. I don't think Oregon,
So yeah,
if that happens early, the wheels will fall off.
yeah. So 2-1, assuming we have the same teams. I have Penn State at 2. They're going to lose to the Buckeyes, and I have Ohio State 1. They're going to lose to Illinois, and it's going to be Ohio State, Penn State in a rematch in the Big Ten championship.
So I have Ohio State beating Illinois. I think Illinois does everything else they need to do. Ohio State gets a tiebreaker over Illinois, but they lose to Penn State regular season. But they obviously Penn State goes to the Big Ten championship. Ohio State still goes to the Big Ten championship. Ohio State gets them in the rematch. Big game James strikes again.
I just don't see Penn State coming into Columbus beating Ohio State. Here's why. James Franklin's the head coach still. Their most talented team, 2017. We talked about this.
We did.
Mike Gesicki, Miles
We did.
Sanders, Saquon Barkley, Trace McSorley, Marquise Godwin. What'd they do?
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin, whatever. They blew twice. They blew two touchdown leads and lost to Ohio State.
I don't know.
Here's me. And he
like,
has to prove it.
They have to do it. Like I feel like they have to do it this year. They're gonna have there's no
I think they
other
have a better chance of beating. I think they have a better chance of beating Oregon over Ohio State.
100%. 100%. I agree with that. Absolutely. It's gonna be a whiteout too at home.
Yeah.
Dante Moore's not gonna know what to
do.
Why?
Okay. Here's the thing. Ohio State got so much crap for their schedule last year, right? Marshall, who was it? Marshall, who we played? Marshall,
Western Michigan,
Akron. Listen to this: Penn State at home, Nevada. Penn State at home, Florida International. Penn State at home, Villanova. Then they play Oregon. Then they go to UCLA.
They're gonna get 3 tune-up games, a big game, and
And
then
then Northwestern
this
at Iowa, which sneaky. And then they get a bye week. Ohio State gets a bye week before they
literally
play in
sounds
Columbus.
exactly like Ohio State's schedule last year for the most
But
part.
here's a game
It's like
too. They play Nebraska November 22nd. They have two chances for a loss or one loss, and that's Oregon and Ohio State. And they're going to lose because they're going to lose to Ohio State. So
yeah.
tell me if they beat Ohio State, are they going undefeated in the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, if they do, yeah, yeah.
I don't see it. It's
But
James
wouldn't it be the
Franklin.
most James Franklin thing ever to go 12-0, and then the second you're playing for a trophy that you lose and you come up with nothing? Wouldn't that be the most James Franklin thing? And like he wouldn't get fired though because he went 12-0. They're gonna keep him. He's
And then
it's
they're going to get a first round bye because
yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, they are a top four team. I think they're going to get a first round bye, regardless if they,
I mean, we will give our I think we give our final fours next week, correct?
yeah.
I have my final four, and I love my final four. I think my final four is fantastic. Um, and we'll give it next week, but I will have obviously Penn State in the final four. I think,
I I'm going to tell you right now, Penn State is my number 4 seed with 2 losses
yeah, no, absolutely. They're a good team. So,
because the 3 teams ahead of them will have one.
but yeah, um, at the end of the day, I think we both agree Ohio State wins the Big Ten. And they beat Michigan. So, shocker. Ohio State's going to win the Big Ten and beat Michigan this year. I think we'll get it hopefully this year. Correct.
Yeah, I think so.
But man,
My
um,
question is that they do the seeding. We'll find out next week who our top 4 is, but we already revealed one,
mhm.
and that's Penn State.
But we have about a minute here. Just want to say Creed at the shot was awesome this past Sunday.
Yeah.
Shot was absolutely packed. Mammoth shredded, unreal band. Daughtry killed it, and then Creed was just it was an experience. It was
You
just
obviously Creed is my favorite band, and you guys saw I was singing along to probably 90% of their songs,
yeah, yeah.
and they they rocked it, man. It was like going to a motivational speaking sermon,
It was
and then
therapeutic.
played all 5 of their hits at the end, and some little girl got a guitar, and it was fantastic.
It was. And the shot was packed. It just shows you if you put a good product in the shot, Creed, the fans will pack it. The shot was sold out.
Yeah, I
It,
mean,
it hasn't been like
90
that.
90% of the 85% of the people there were over the white men over the age of 30. So
It it's the Eras Tour for men, as we called it. But that's all I got. Thank you
get
so
some
much for
gear
listening.
forever game day.
Yes, forevergameday.com. Buy a shirt, promo code NUT. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Bunch of Nuts podcast. And go Bucks, baby.
Good luck.